My beloved child, I have called you here because you need to hear this. A profound message, a revelation that you cannot ignore. Tomorrow is a day when destiny will touch you, a day that marks a great transformation, and it is also your last day. I know that at this very moment your heart is pounding. You are trying to grasp the meaning behind these words. Thoughts are rushing through your mind and you ask yourself, is this the end? Is this the moment when everything comes to a close? You feel the weight of my words, and your soul trembles as if it has just touched something sacred and mysterious. But my child, be still. Take a deep breath, let your soul be at peace, and listen to me. Tomorrow is the last day, not of your life, but of an old chapter, of the chains that have bound you, of the limitations that have held you back. It is the day when the suffering you have carried for so long comes to an end. The day when the fears that have imprisoned you in darkness will be no more. That which has weighed you down, that which has burdened your heart, it will all be left behind. Understand this, when one door closes, another will open. When an old season ends, a new chapter begins. And you will step into an entirely different time, a time of renewal, a time of liberation, a time of wonders that I have prepared for you. I know you have walked through difficult days. You have fought battles that no one has seen. You have endured moments where it seemed impossible to go on. There were times when you believed you would forever be trapped in the cycle of old wounds, failures, and unhealed scars. But I have come to tell you that those things will no longer have power over you. Tomorrow, a new page will be turned. Tomorrow, you will witness a transformation you never expected. The things that have delayed you will be broken. The barriers that have blocked you will vanish. The opportunities you thought were lost will return. The things you have been waiting for so long will come to pass. But the most important thing is this. You will no longer be the person you are today. A stronger, more resilient, more radiant version of yourself will arise. The things that once bound you will have no power over you. Fear will no longer control you. The past will no longer hold you back. Negative thoughts will no longer hinder you. My beloved child, prepare your heart. Prepare to step into something greater. Prepare to receive what you never dared to dream of. Prepare to see me move in ways you have never imagined. The signs have been revealed. The events have unfolded like warnings, like ringing bells reminding humanity that the hour is near. Do not let yourself be lulled to sleep by the hurried rhythm of this world. Do not be distracted by the fleeting things you once thought were important. For the hourglass of this age is nearing its final grains of sand, and when the appointed time comes, no one can stop what has been decreed. Let these words awaken you, stir your soul, and ignite within you a new fire. A deep longing to walk in truth, to live a life that is not wasted, to prepare your heart for what I have set in place. Do not delay any longer. Do not think that you can wait for another day, another time, another opportunity to return. For you do not know when the last grain of sand will fall. You do not know when your time on this earth will come to an end. Act now. Open your heart today, and let me lead you into the path you were created to walk. My beloved child, know that this world is not eternal. What you see today may not exist tomorrow. What you once held tightly may vanish in the blink of an eye. Fame, wealth, success, all the things you once deemed important can all be lost. But there is one thing that never changes, never fades, and never disappears. My love for you and the eternal plan I have ordained for your life. You can place all your trust in me. For I am the foundation that never wavers, the source of life that never runs dry. Prepare your heart. Do not let the cares of this world consume you to the point that you forget what truly matters. Do not let the busyness of daily life cloud your vision. Do not allow past pains, disappointments, or failures to hold you back. Lift up your eyes. Set your heart on things eternal. For what is coming will not be like anything you have ever known. A door is opening. Something new is unfolding. I am calling you into a journey that will not only transform you, but will also change the world around you. But you must be ready. You must be awake. You must have a heart that longs, a spirit that is willing, a mind that is humble enough to be taught. Let go of the things that entangle you. Release the burdens you have carried for too long. Rise and step into what I have prepared for you. You do not need to be afraid. Even if the world shakes, even if everything changes, even if what you once trusted crumbles, I am still here. I am the one who never changes. I am the one who keeps his promises. I am the refuge for all who run to me. You do not need to fight on your own. You do not need to seek answers in places that cannot give you peace. Come to me. Let me show you the right path. Let me give you wisdom to walk rightly in this time. Remember, you were not here by accident. You were born in this time, in these circumstances, for a divine purpose. I have called you. I have chosen you. I have prepared you for this moment. Believe that I am doing something new. Believe that what I have begun in you, I will bring to completion in glory. Walk with courage, with complete trust, with a heart that is ready to receive. For the old season has passed, the new season is coming, and I am doing all that is necessary to bring you into the great plan I have ordained since eternity past. I have walked with you through every season of your life. I have journeyed with you through the deepest valleys, where you thought you would never find your way out. I have been by your side when you felt lost, when you no longer knew which path was the right one. And I have not left you, even when you doubted yourself, even when you wavered between choices, even when you felt unworthy of the love I have for you. But my beloved, I have not only been present in times of trial, I have stood with you on the mountaintops as well. I have seen you reach for what once seemed impossible, witnessed you break through the limits you once believed would hold you back forever. When you achieved what you had prayed for, when you reaped the fruits of your unwavering efforts, I rejoiced with you. I smiled as I saw you recognize the strength I placed within you, as I watched you walk with greater faith, as I witnessed you becoming more and more the person I created you to be. And now, as the final moment draws near, I want you to know that I have never forgotten you. You are not forgotten, not abandoned, not left behind. I have called you by name. I have engraved your name upon the palm of my hand. Nothing can take you from my embrace. Nothing can make me turn away from you. Though the world may change, though all else may crumble, I remain. I am the one who is always faithful, always true to my word, always by your side. You belong to me. You are not a drifting soul, not a speck of dust swept away by the currents of time. You are mine. Before you knew me, before you called my name, before you understood my love, I chose you, I called you, I placed you within my divine plan. And though you may have wandered, may have doubted, may have questioned your purpose, you have always belonged to me. I will never give up on you. My beloved, let these words sink deep into your heart. Let them be the unshakable assurance within your soul that you are not alone, that you are not forgotten. Remember that you have a place where you belong, that you are loved, that you are held and protected within my arms. The world may change, people may turn away, but my love for you is eternal. Trust me, even when you do not understand everything. Hold on to my hand, even when you cannot see the road ahead. Rest your heart in peace, for you know that I am guiding you. I am keeping you, I am preparing you for what is to come. Remember that every trial you have faced was not in vain, that every tear you have shed was not wasted. I have gathered every tear, I have recorded every pain, every prayer, every hope of yours. And now, as the final day approaches, I want you to be more steadfast than ever. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are mine, forever mine. Nothing can change that. And if you trust, if you hold on to this truth, you will no longer be afraid, no longer anxious, no longer uncertain about the future. For I was there from the beginning, I am here with you now, and I will be with you until all things are fulfilled. I have called you for this very moment, not because you are perfect, not because you have never made mistakes, but because you are of immeasurable worth to me. I do not seek those who are flawless, without fault, without weakness. I choose those who are willing to open their hearts to me, those who are ready for me to transform and use them in ways only I can. You do not need to prove your worth, nor strive to earn my love. From the moment you were created, you carried within you a great purpose that I myself have placed there. I have chosen you. I have called you. I have placed you in the midst of this unfolding history, because I have a plan for you, a plan that will not only change you, but may also change the world around you. You are a vessel created to carry my glory. You are not just an ordinary individual among billions of people. Within you dwells my light, a light that can pierce through darkness, a light that can illuminate the path for those who are lost, a light that reflects my love and grace upon this world. As you walk in my presence, you do not live merely for yourself, but you become a living testimony of the power and love I have given to humanity. Do not let fear bind you. Do not let the negative words of this world make you doubt yourself. Do not let the memories of the past hold you back, making you feel that you are not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough to fulfill what I have called you to do. I have not called you to walk in fear, nor have I destined you to be forever confined by the limitations you once set for yourself. When you see yourself through my eyes, you will realize that you are stronger than you think, braver than you believe, and have a far greater purpose than you have ever imagined. You were not created to live in anxiety and insecurity. You were not born to be imprisoned by self-doubt. I did not give you a spirit of fear, nor did I intend for you to live each day trembling before the world. But I have placed within you a spirit of power, the power to overcome challenges, to drive out darkness, to win battles you once thought were impossible. This power does not come from yourself, but from me, from my presence within you. When you embrace this power, you will no longer see yourself as weak, but you will see that you are fully equipped to face whatever lies ahead. I have also given you a heart filled with love, a love strong enough to cast out fear, a love deep enough to heal the wounds the world has inflicted upon you, a love wide enough to cover not only yourself, but also those around you. When you walk in this love, you will no longer fear rejection. You will no longer be wounded by the judgments of others, because you will know that you are already fully loved. This love will enable you to forgive, to see others with kindness, to live not in defense, but in freedom. And I have placed within you a spirit of wisdom, a mind that can discern between right and wrong, a wisdom that will keep you from being swayed by the lies of the world, an understanding that will prevent you from being shaken by things that are fleeting. You do not have to grope in the darkness, nor do you have to be anxious about the future, for I have given you clarity so that you may know where to go, what to do, and which path to take. When you listen to my voice, you will not be lost, nor will you be led astray by things that are not from me. So, my beloved, rise with courage. Walk forward without hesitation. Let the light within you shine brightly. Let the love within you spread, and let the wisdom I have given you guide your steps. The world may change, circumstances may shift, but always remember, you are not walking alone. I go before you, I walk with you, and I am protecting you every step of the way. Let your faith be stronger than ever. Let your heart be filled with peace, for you know that I am keeping you. Do not look at your limitations, but look at my boundlessness. Do not focus on what you have yet to accomplish, but look at what I can do through you. You do not have to do this by your own strength, for I myself will strengthen you. I myself will make a way. I myself will bring all things to fulfill. Be courageous and walk forward, my beloved, for you are not an unknown soul lost in this world. You are the one I have chosen, the one I have appointed, the one I have called to shine my light, to reveal my love, to be a living testimony of my grace. You do not need to fear, for you are held in my hands. You do not need to doubt, for I have set a perfect plan over your life. You do not need to hesitate, for when you walk in obedience, you will witness wonders you never thought possible. Tomorrow is the time when all things will be revealed, all secrets will be exposed, and all truth will be verified. It will be the day of judgment, the day of revelation, the day when justice is executed and all that has been overturned will be restored to perfect order. What has been hidden will no longer remain in darkness. What seemed lost will be found. What was broken will be restored in ways beyond your imagination. The world as you know it will change. The things you have been familiar with, the systems you have relied on, the things you thought were unshakable, all will be tested under the light of truth. Deception will have no place to hide. Corruption will be exposed, and the strongholds built on false foundations will crumble. What you once believed to be permanent may vanish in an instant, but there is one thing you can be certain of: my word will never change. What I have promised will stand forever. What I have spoken will come to pass, for I am the faithful one, the one who never fails to fulfill his word. My beloved, prepare your heart, for that day will be a day of separation, a day when light will be divided from darkness, truth will confront falsehood, and every soul will be measured by righteousness. For those who have placed their trust in me, it will be a day of joy, of victory, of perfect restoration. But for those who have rejected the truth, it will be a day of shock and regret. For the opportunity was given, but not taken. I do not desire for anyone to be lost, but time waits for no one. The last grains of sand in the hourglass have fallen, and the appointed time has come. Those who cling to the things of this world will find that they cannot save them. Wealth will not purchase righteousness. Status will not stand before eternal justice. And what mankind considers power will become meaningless before the true authority. But those who have placed their faith in me, those who have stood firm in my promises, will have nothing to fear. For I have promised that those who belong to me will not be abandoned, will not be left behind. I have engraved your name upon the palms of my hands, and nothing can separate you from my love. Remember, tomorrow is not only a day of judgment, but a day of revelation, a day when all things will be made known in the radiant light of truth. The things you have not understood, the questions you have asked, the mysteries that have perplexed you, all will be unveiled. The injustices you have witnessed, the trials you have endured without knowing why, the moments you have wondered why I allowed them to happen, all will have their answers. You will see the full picture, the perfection of my plan, and the deep meaning behind all that I have done, which you could not yet comprehend in this moment. And this will also be a day of restoration, a day when what was stolen will be returned, what was wounded will be healed, and what was broken will be mended. Those who have wept through the night will rejoice in the morning. Those who have suffered for the sake of truth will be honored. Those who have remained steadfast in faith through adversity will receive the reward I have prepared for them. No sacrifice is in vain, no tear is forgotten, no act of love goes unnoticed. My beloved child, trust in the eternal covenant I have made with you. It is not a temporary promise, not an agreement that changes with time, but an everlasting commitment that will never be shaken. I have spoken to you from the beginning, and I will keep my word forever. What I have ordained no one can hinder. What I have declared will not return void. Though the world may be in turmoil, though times may change, though everything you have known may no longer be as it was, I remain the same. I am the faithful one, the keeper of promises, the one who was, who is, and who will always be with you. Therefore, stand firm. Do not let your heart be troubled by what you see before you. Do not let the panic of the world instill fear in you. Let your heart find rest in my unshakable peace. Walk forward in the certainty that you are not alone, that you are protected, that you have been chosen to step into my eternal plan. Place your trust in me, not in the fleeting things of this world, for I alone am the foundation that will never be shaken. My beloved child, do not let tomorrow come while you still hesitate, while you still delay your decision. This is not the time for uncertainty, not the time for questioning, but the time to rise with unwavering faith. Let me guide you, let me fulfill all things within you. Prepare your heart, for glory is drawing near. And when that day comes, you will not be afraid, but will rejoice as you step into the glory I have prepared for you from eternity past. You may not know exactly what lies ahead, but you can be certain of this. I am still holding you, still protecting you, still keeping you within my everlasting covenant. Therefore, my beloved, walk with courage. Let your faith be stronger than ever. Let hope burn brightly within you, for tomorrow may be a day unlike any the world has ever known. But for you, it will be a day of triumph. A day when you realize that every promise I have given is true, that every moment of waiting was worth it, and that my love for you has never changed. Perhaps your heart is filled with questions, with unresolved uncertainties. Perhaps you are wondering why I am speaking these words to you now, why I am placing them in your heart at this very moment, when the world seems to be spiraling out of control. Why now, when everything appears chaotic, when darkness seems to be covering humanity, when the sighs of lost souls echo across the earth? My beloved child, I speak to you now because this is the time for you to be prepared. This is the moment when you cannot remain still, cannot delay, cannot allow your heart to waver with the shifting tides of the world. I do not want you to be caught off guard. I do not want you to be swept away by the storm of fear and doubt. I want you to be ready, not just mentally prepared, but spiritually prepared, deeply, unshakably prepared. Stand firm in your faith. Remember that what you see with your natural eyes is only a fragment of the greater picture. When the world trembles, when the foundations that seemed secure are shaken, when the things you once placed your hope in become meaningless, do not be afraid. Do not let your heart be troubled like those who have no hope. Do not allow fear to take hold of your mind and make you forget that you do not belong to this world. You were not created to live in fear, but to walk in peace. You are not a victim of circumstances, but one who is called to stand firm amidst change, amidst trials, amidst the uncertainties that the world cannot control. Do not let the lies of this world make you doubt what I have spoken. Do not allow what you see before you to make you forget what I have promised you from the very beginning. Those who place their trust in me will never be abandoned. Those who cling tightly to my word will never be shaken. The world may change, but my word never changes. What I have spoken will not return void, but it will accomplish the purpose I have ordained. My beloved child, I am calling you to trust in my plan, even when you do not fully understand. I want you to learn to see beyond what your eyes perceive, to trust in what only I can do. When you do not know what lies ahead, remember that I do. When you feel lost in a changing world, remember that I do not change. When you feel directionless, remember that I am the way, the truth, the light that guides your path. Do not let your heart be troubled by the events unfolding around you. Do not let the news, the rumors, or the fears of this world make you forget that you belong to me. Keep your heart at peace, trust in me, and let me be your unshakable refuge. When the strong winds blow, when the waves rise high, when darkness tries to overwhelm you, remember that I am holding you in the palm of my hand. Nothing can separate you from my love, and no power can shake the covenant I have made with you. Prepare your heart for what I am about to do. Let me strengthen you, let me establish your soul, let me equip you with wisdom, with power, with courage. There is no more time to hesitate. This is not the time to delay, not the time to turn back, not the time to live half-heartedly. This is the time for you to rise, to walk in faith, to surrender your life completely to me. My beloved child, I am preparing you for something greater than you have ever known. The days ahead will not be easy, but you will not walk alone. I have been with you from the beginning. I am with you now, and I will continue to walk with you until all is fulfilled. Let your heart be filled with the certainty that you are not alone. Trust that I have placed you in the right place at the right time within the plan I have ordained. This is not the time for you to look back on the past with regret. This is not the time for you to let failures discourage you. This is the time for you to move forward with unwavering faith, with a ready heart, with a determined mind that will not be swayed. This is the time for you to step out of your comfort zone, to dare to believe in things beyond your ability, to walk on water instead of fearing to sink. I am calling you not to live an ordinary life, but to step into a divine mission. I am equipping you not just to survive, but to be a light that shines in the darkness. I am calling you not to live as the world expects, but to live as I have ordained since before time began. Be ready. Be steadfast. Take hold of what I have promised. Do not let anything make you hesitate. Do not let fear cause you to waver. Do not let the fleeting things of this world make you forget the eternal things I have prepared for you. My beloved child, I speak this to you now because I want you to walk in preparation, in readiness, in awareness. I do not want you to be caught off guard or swept away by things that do not belong to you. Stand up, trust, and let your heart be firmly rooted in me. for the day of my fulfillment is near, and I want you to stand strong, without doubt, without fear, but filled with faith, overflowing with hope and completely secure in my faithfulness. I have watched over you through every step of your journey. I have seen the battles you have faced, the trials you have endured, and the pain you have carried deep within your heart. I know there have been days when you felt exhausted, as if you could not take another step. There have been moments when you stood at a crossroads, torn between faith and doubt, between hope and despair. But you did not give up. You did not turn away. You chose to trust in me, even when everything around you told you to surrender. I have seen the storms you have endured. I know the times when you had to carry burdens alone, the days when it felt like no one understood your pain. I know the wounds hidden within you, the deep scars that only you and I can see. I have seen you walk with trembling steps but refuse to stop. I have heard your whispered prayers in the darkness, your cries when you felt you had no strength left. And my beloved child, I want you to know that none of it has been forgotten. Every tear you have shed, I have counted. Every prayer you have lifted, I have heard. Every sacrifice you have made, I have seen. The burdens you have carried are not in vain. You may think that what you have endured has yielded no results, that your efforts have made no difference. But my beloved, nothing done in my name is ever wasted. Not a single act of love, not a single step of faith, not a single decision of obedience has gone unnoticed. I have seen you choose what is right even when what is wrong seemed easier. I have seen you continue to love even when you had every reason to walk away. I have seen you remain faithful even when everything around you urged you to betray your convictions. And, my child, I am proud of you. There have been times when you thought no one noticed, that your efforts were unrecognized. But I want you to know, I have seen it all. I have seen the times you forgave even when your heart still ached. I have seen the times you chose to follow me even when you did not know where the path would lead. I have seen the times you gave even when you had little. And my beloved, I have not only seen it, I have remembered. Everything you have done in my name holds eternal value. There are rewards you have yet to see, seeds you have planted that have yet to sprout. But trust that I have not forgotten a single thing. Every act of faithfulness, every prayer, every step of obedience is building something greater than you can yet perceive. But one day you will see that not a single tear you shed was in vain. Every endurance, every time you walked in faith, every time you chose to trust instead of doubt, it is all weaving together a story I have written just for you, a story you will look back on with joy and pride. My beloved child, I know there are days when you feel weary, moments when you wonder if your sacrifices hold any meaning. I know there are times when you question whether you are on the right path, whether you are doing the right thing. And I want you to know this. Yes, you are on the right path. Yes, you are doing the right thing, because every time you place your trust in me, every time you choose to stand firm instead of giving up, every time you choose love over hatred, you are moving closer to the plan I have set for you. Persevere. Do not let challenges make you doubt the value of what you have done. Do not let obstacles make you forget my promises. Do not let the world's negative words cause you to forget that I have chosen you, called you, and placed upon you a purpose that no one can take away. Hold fast to your faithfulness, hold fast to your hope, and walk forward with courage. For I am still at work. I am still moving. Even when you cannot see it, I am still bringing to completion the work I have begun in you. I am proud of you, my beloved child. I do not only see what you have done, but I see the person you are becoming. I see the growth of your faith. I see the openness of your heart. I see the transformation within you. And I want you to know that you do not need to be perfect for me to love you. You do not need to reach a certain level to be worthy of my presence. You only need to keep walking, keep trusting, and keep allowing me to guide you. You may not see the results right now, but I want you to remember that everything you do matters. None of your efforts are in vain. No act of obedience is too small in my eyes. No prayer you have lifted up has been ignored. And when the time comes, you will see that everything you have done in my name will bring forth a harvest far greater than you can imagine. Tomorrow, the final moment, the predestined time beyond measure, will not be just another day. It will be a day of immeasurable joy, a day of celebration beyond any festivity the world has ever known. That day will not carry sorrow or regret, but it will be a day where laughter fills the air. A moment where every faithful heart will be comforted, restored, and experience a fulfillment unlike anything before. My beloved child, this will be the day of victory. Not the victory of the strong by the world's standards, not the fleeting glory of the earth, but the true victory. The triumph of the souls who have trusted in me through the fiercest trials, the victory of those who have walked in faith despite the thorns of life. On that day, every pain, every wound you have endured will no longer have power over you. The battles you have fought, the tears you have shed in silence, the moments you fell but rose again by my strength, none of it will have been in vain. Tomorrow you will see the reward of faithfulness. You will understand that nothing you have endured has been wasted. And above all, it will be the day of reunion, the day when every wall of separation will fall, the day when the distance between you and me will be no more. Until now, you have believed in me through faith. You have felt my love in the times I upheld you in life. You have heard my voice whisper to your heart whenever you prayed. But tomorrow you will not only know me through my promises, you will see me more clearly than ever before. You will see me, not through the lens of longing, but with your own eyes. You will experience my love, no longer as an abstract idea, but as a living, eternal reality. You have experienced moments of loneliness, days when you felt abandoned in a cold and distant world. There were times when you wondered if anyone truly saw you, if anyone truly understood you. But on that day you will realize that you were never alone, you were never forgotten. I have always been there, watching over every step you take, waiting for the day when you can return to my embrace, with nothing standing in between, and in that moment all doubts will vanish. Every wound in your heart will be healed, and you will understand that I love you more than anything you could ever imagine. The trials you have endured in this world, the pain you have suffered, the moments when you felt you could no longer go on, all will become distant memories, mere shadows that can no longer touch you. There will be no more sleepless nights filled with anxiety, no more days of struggling just to make it through. You will no longer have to fight, for the old things will pass away, and a new reality will unfold before you. A reality with no more tears, no more loss, no more separation. The glory of eternity will shine forth, not like the dawn of a new day on earth, but as an everlasting radiance, a light beyond anything this world has ever known. That light will illuminate everything, piercing through all darkness, dissolving every sorrow. You will no longer need to seek peace, for you will be immersed in eternal peace. You will no longer long for love, for you will be enveloped in a love that never fades, a love that is always complete. My beloved child, prepare your heart. Do not let fear or doubt cause you to falter. Do not allow the events around you to make you forget the promise I have given you. Hold fast to your faith. Continue walking in hope, for the time of glory is nearer than ever before. What I have promised will never fail. You have fought with courage. You have held onto your faith even as storms raged around you. And tomorrow you will see your reward. Rejoice, be glad, lift up your head, for you are not only redeemed, you are loved, you are awaited, and you will step into eternity in the glory I have prepared for you. And when you stand before me face to face, you will know that every trial you endured was not in vain, but was leading you to the most glorious moment of your existence. But, my child, I also know that not everyone chooses me. Not everyone opens their heart to receive my love. There are those who have turned away from the light, who have chosen to walk their own path, taking roads where I am not present, distancing themselves from my embrace. They have heard my call, but have refused it. They have seen the light, but have chosen darkness. They have been given the opportunity, but they have rejected it. My heart breaks for them. The sorrow within me is beyond words, because I know they do not realize what they are losing. They believe they can walk alone without me. They believe they can find fulfillment in the fleeting things of this world. But they do not know that nothing in this life can fill the void in their soul the way I can. They do not know that true peace can only be found in my presence. They do not understand that true joy is not found in temporary pleasures, but in a relationship with me, the one who created them with infinite love. They do not know the gentleness of laying down their burdens upon me. They do not understand the joy of walking with me on the journey of life. They have never tasted the peace that comes from placing their trust entirely in me, from knowing that nothing in this world can make them fall if they stand firm in my love. They have never experienced true freedom, a freedom that does not come from satisfying fleeting desires, but from surrender, from allowing me to lead their lives. And the most heartbreaking thing is that they do not realize all of this until it is too late. Tomorrow, the final day, will be the day they recognize that they have lost what is most precious. But my child, when they realize it, the door will have already closed. At that moment, there will be no more opportunities to turn back, no more time to change their choices. For the first time, they will see clearly what they have forsaken. For the first time, they will understand that everything they pursued, wealth, fame, power, the pleasures of this world, was nothing more than mist, vanishing before the light of eternity. They will look back on their lives and see that they exchanged what was eternal for what was fleeting, that they chose what perishes instead of what endures forever. They will realize that they have thirsted for something that could never quench the longing of their souls. They have chased after illusions, only to find in the end that they were lost. But by then, nothing can be changed. When time has run out, when the final opportunity has passed, they will stand before an unalterable reality. They have walked away from my grace. They will remember the times I called them, the times I placed opportunities before them, the times I knocked on the door of their hearts. They will recognize that I was always there. Yet, they rejected me. That day will not be a day of joy for them, but a day of indescribable sorrow. They will stand before me with nothing left to hide, nothing left to justify, nothing left to go back and fix. They will understand that the opportunity is gone, that they themselves chose the path leading to eternal separation. They will feel a deep emptiness, a regret beyond words. But my child, it is not because I have abandoned them. It is because they have abandoned me. It is not because I did not give them the chance, but because they turned away when the opportunity was still before them. Imagine that. Imagine the anguish of a soul realizing they have lost their only chance to live in eternal love. Imagine the terror in their hearts as they understand that they cannot turn back time, that there is no road leading them back to me. It is a separation beyond repair, a loss that nothing can compensate. My beloved child, I do not want anyone to go through this. I do not want anyone to face a regret that can never be undone. That is why I have persistently called out, why I have never ceased seeking the lost. That is why I have sacrificed everything to create a way back, a door open for all who desire to enter. But a door cannot remain open forever. One day it will close. And when it closes, no one will be able to open it again. My beloved, if there is someone in your heart who has strayed from me, if there is someone you know who has chosen a path without me, then I plead with you, go to them, reach out to them once more, before time runs out, before the door closes forever. Tell them of my love, not with words of judgment, not with condemnation, but with the very love in your heart. Let them see that no matter how far they have turned away, no matter how long they have been distant, I am still waiting for them, longing for their return. Let them know they are not forgotten, that no matter how many times they have rejected me, I still love them with an unchanging love. My beloved child, I know it is not easy to bring my love to those who have rejected it. Perhaps you have spoken to them, prayed for them, and hoped that they would listen, yet they have refused to open their hearts. Perhaps they have mocked you, turned away, or denied everything you have tried to share. But my child, do not give up. Time is running out, and the final day is closer than ever. Go to them once more. Pray for them once more. Bring my light to them, even if it is just a small, final glimmer. You may ask yourself, will they listen? Does it even matter if I try again? My beloved, you do not need to know the outcome. You only need to obey. For your task is to sow the seed. The rest is mine to accomplish. Do not think that your words will be forgotten. Do not think that your prayers will have no effect. Even if they do not respond immediately, even if you see no visible change, you do not know what is stirring within their souls. Perhaps one word you speak will awaken something long dormant. Perhaps one prayer you offer will reach the deepest part of their being. And perhaps, in the moment that seems most hopeless, they will return. Remember, before the final day arrives, I am still working. I am still calling them, still moving in their hearts, even when you cannot see it. I am the one who never stops seeking the lost. I am the one who never gives up, even when humanity rejects me. And if you are the vessel I can use to bring even one soul back, then your steps will not be in vain. My beloved child, let your heart be in tune with mine. Let your soul burn with the same longing I carry, the longing to see every soul return before it is too late. Pray with all sincerity. Weep for them if you must. Stand in the gap between them and destruction, and call upon me on their behalf. For it may be that just one prayer of yours will change the course of someone's eternity. Look around you. Think of those you love, those you cannot bear to lose. Do not let anyone be left behind on the final day. If there is someone in your family, among your friends, or even someone you have met who has not yet opened their heart to me, go to them. Let them know that I am waiting for them. Let them feel my love through you. My beloved child, let these last days be the days you give your whole heart. Do not hesitate. Do not assume you still have time. Do not wait for a better opportunity, for the final day is not far off. One day when the door of grace closes, there will be no more chances. And when that time comes, I do not want you to feel regret. I do not want you to think, if only I had tried one more time. Go, my beloved. Go forth with courage. Speak to them with genuine love. Pray with all your heart, for in doing so you are fulfilling my will. You are becoming my extended hand, bringing light to wandering souls. And who knows, perhaps even now, a heart will be awakened, a soul will return, and when the final day comes, you will not stand alone in my glory. You will see those you interceded for, those you reached out to, standing beside you in my eternal light. My beloved child, do not stop moving forward. Do not give up. Do this while you still can, for time is passing quickly. Let my love burn brightly within you, and let this world know that I am the one who loves them, even when they have been far from me for so long. My beloved child, if someone comes to your heart, someone who once knew me but has drifted away, a soul that once stood in the light but is now stepping into darkness, a heart that once trembled at my love but has now grown cold, I urge you, reach out to them one last time. Call their name in prayer. Use your love to draw them back to me. Remind them of my kindness, of my mercy, of the door that still stands open, waiting for their return. You do not know if this opportunity will be the last, but I do. You cannot foresee whether they will still have time to reconsider, but I see it clearly. And I tell you now, because time is running out. Remember, you are not called to change hearts, for only I can touch their souls. But you are called to sow the seeds, to kindle a flame of hope, to open a door through which they may walk. Tell them that I am still waiting. Let them know that no matter how far they have wandered, I will still welcome them with open arms if they return. Remind them that my love has no limits, no conditions, no dependence on what they have or have not done. I do not require them to be perfect before they come back. I only long for them to be willing to open their hearts so that I may heal them, so that I may restore what has been broken. My beloved child, do not hesitate to share my love. Do not fear that your words will be rejected. Do not worry that they will not listen. Do not let hesitation hold you back, for you cannot know. Perhaps just one word from you will awaken a lost soul. Perhaps just one act of love from you will stir their heart. Perhaps just one prayer from you will pull them back from the brink of destruction. Go forth with kindness. Speak to them not with rebuke or judgment, but with mercy, with forgiveness, with the gentleness I have placed within you. Show them that no one is too far to be saved, that no one is too late to be renewed. Remind them that my grace is abundant, that my hand is never too short to save, that my heart has never ceased longing to bring them home. You do not need to convince them with lofty arguments. You only need to let my love flow through you, to let my light shine through you. For when they see me in you, their hearts will be stirred. When they sense the sincerity in you, they will begin to think. When they encounter a love that does not fade, they will begin to yearn for what they once abandoned. My beloved child, pray for them. Intercede for their souls as if they were your own. Weep for them as if they were your dearest loved ones. Ask me to touch them. Plead for their hearts to be softened. Beg me to open their eyes so they may see the truth before it is too late. Do not underestimate the power of prayer. Do not think that your words to me are just sounds lost in the air. Every prayer you lift has value. Every tear you shed is gathered by me. Every cry you make reaches my throne. You cannot save them by your own strength, but you can do the one thing I have given you the power to do. Love them, pray for them, and let me do the rest. You cannot open their hearts, but you can knock. You cannot change their will, but you can show them that there is still a way home. You cannot decide for them, but you can stand in the gap, intercede for them, and ask me to grant them one final opportunity. Remember, time is passing, and the final day is drawing near. Remember that one day there will no longer be a chance to change your decision. Remember that the door of grace is still open, but it cannot remain open forever. One day, when the final call resounds, those who have chosen to turn away from me will no longer be able to return, and in that moment, the greatest sorrow will not only be theirs, but also yours, for you will know that you had the opportunity to speak to them, but you did not. My beloved child, do not let that regret become a burden upon your heart. Do not wait until all has passed to realize that you could have done more. Do not wait until the door is closed to realize that you could have loved more, prayed more, shared more. Do it now, while you still can. Go to them, reach out your hand. Let them see that the light is still waiting for them. Show them that love is still calling. Tell them that I am still waiting, still hoping, still longing for their return. Do this with all your heart, with all the love you have, with all the faith you carry within you. For when you do, you are not only saving a soul, but you are also fulfilling the mission I have placed upon you. You will not have to regret, for you will have given your all. You will not have to grieve, for you will have done everything you could. You will stand before me on the last day and hear me say, "You have been faithful, you have loved as I have loved. You have completed what I entrusted to you." My beloved child, let your heart be at peace. Do not let fear cloud the joy that awaits you ahead. Do not let the uncertainties of tomorrow unsettle you, for the final day is not an ending. It is the beginning of eternity. It is not the night falling, but the radiant dawn unveiling a new journey. A journey without darkness, without tears, without the wounds you once carried in your heart. It will be the moment when all that was unjust will be made right. All that was unfair will be erased, and every suffering you have endured will be replaced with fullness and joy. What you do not understand in this world will be made clear. The losses you once wept over will no longer be sorrows, for you will see the complete masterpiece I have painted for your life. No more unanswered questions, no more sleepless nights with a heavy heart, no more wondering why the trials came. For in that moment all will be revealed, and you will know that everything had meaning, that everything I have done was out of love. Every tear you have shed, I have gathered. Every silent cry you have made, I have been there. I have seen your pain, felt every wound in your heart, and heard the prayers you thought no one else heard. But my child, the day will come when there will be no more tears to shed, when I will wipe away every drop from your eyes. No more loss, no more separation, no more sorrow that once clung to you. Only joy, only completeness, only love that will never fade. That day you will see me, no longer through faith, no longer through whispered prayers in the night, no longer through fleeting moments when you sense my presence but cannot yet behold me with your eyes, but you will meet me face to face. You will look into my eyes and see all the love I have had for you from eternity past. You will understand the width, the length, the depth, and the height of this love. A love beyond words. A love that has always been there, even when you did not yet recognize it. You will no longer have to walk by faith, for in that moment you will walk in the full revelation of my glory. You will no longer have to battle doubt, for everything will be made clear. You will no longer long for closeness with me, for you will be in my arms forever. You will realize that from the moment of your birth to that very instant, I have always loved you, always watched over you, always held you in the palm of my hand. On that day you will step into eternity, no longer bound by time, no longer marked by the weight of age, no longer wearied by the frailty of the body. You will no longer worry about tomorrow, nor dwell on what has passed. You will live in a reality where all things are made whole, a place where fear no longer exists, where pain is no more, where nothing can ever harm you again. You will understand that this is your true home, that the world was only a brief journey, a preparation for the glory you were always meant to enter. There, death will be no more. No more goodbyes, no more farewells, no more graves, no more sorrowful memories of those you have lost, only life, a life that never fades, never ends, and can never be taken away. You will see those you love, those who have walked before you in faith, and you will be reunited with them in a joy beyond description. No one will be left behind, no distance will separate, no words of regret will remain. And above all, you will be with me forever. You will never again have to search for me, for you will dwell in my presence eternally. No more moments when I seem distant, no more times when you wonder if I am listening, for you will see me always, be with me always, and experience my love in every moment, from everlasting to everlasting. My beloved, let this hope sustain you. Let it drive away every fear of tomorrow. Do not let the world trouble you. Do not let the temporary overshadow the eternal. Do not let the pain of the present steal the joy of the future. For what you are waiting for cannot compare to what you will receive. What you are enduring now is nothing compared to the glory I have prepared for you. Live each day with expectation, with the certainty that you are walking toward the light, toward a life that will never fade. Let my love strengthen you. Let my words uphold you in the days of trial. Let your heart be filled with joy, knowing that the end is not loss, but fulfillment. The last day is not something to fear, but the most beautiful moment. The moment you step into my embrace, where you are loved, protected, and made whole forever. Until that day, my beloved, I want you to walk with unwavering faith. Hold fast to me, anchor your soul in me, so that no storm of this life can shake you. Cling to my promises as a lamp for your path, so that even in the darkest moments you will see the light guiding you. Trust my plan, even when you cannot yet see the whole picture. Even when you do not understand why certain things have unfolded the way they have, because you are not walking alone. You are not abandoned in this chaotic world. I am holding your hand, I am leading you, and I will never let you go. Let your heart rest in my love. The world will always have things that trouble you, challenges that try to pull you away from the peace I have given you. But my child, do not let those things distract you from what truly matters. Do not allow the temporary burdens of life to make you forget your eternal purpose. Do not let fears of the future cause you to forget that I am the one who holds tomorrow. Find your peace in me, for I am your refuge, your strong fortress, the one who shelters you from every storm. Keep your eyes fixed on me. Do not let this world distract you. Do not be swept away by its fleeting pleasures. Do not allow trivial worries to steal your focus from what is most important, your relationship with me, the destination you are moving toward, the eternal home where you will belong forever. Let your gaze remain upon me so you will not lose your way on winding paths, so you will not be drawn into pursuits that are not worthy of your life's devotion. Let your heart be set on eternity. Do not let it be bound by what is temporary, things that exist today but will vanish tomorrow. Do not live merely to accumulate what you cannot carry into eternity. Let your heart be fixed on what does not fade, on what holds eternal value, on what will remain when everything else is gone. Live each day with the awareness that you are not just living for the present, but you are preparing for something far greater, a life that never ends, a kingdom where every promise I have made will be fulfilled. And my beloved, always remember that I am with you. Wherever you go, in every season of your life, whether you walk through green pastures or navigate the valley of shadows, I am there. You can never go so far that my love cannot reach you. You can do nothing that will make me turn away from you. I have chosen you. I have called you by name, and I will never leave you. Though the world may change, though people may turn away, though circumstances may shift, I remain faithful. I remain steadfast. I remain who I am, the one who has loved you from eternity past and will never cease to love you. I am your Father. You are not a lost soul wandering through the vast universe. You are not an insignificant speck drifting in the currents of life. You are my child, created by my hands with purpose, with meaning, with a love that nothing can replace. You do not need to prove your worth to me, for I have known you from the moment you were in your mother's womb. From the first breath of your existence, I have loved you, and nothing can ever change that. I am your Savior. You do not need to fight sin on your own, nor bear burdens you were never meant to carry. I have come to save you, to set you free, to bring you out of darkness and into my kingdom of light. You do not have to find your way back alone, for I am the way. You do not have to carry the weight of your past, for I have borne it on my shoulders. You do not have to suffer the punishment, for I have taken it upon myself. Walk in the freedom I have given you. Let your heart be filled with joy, for you know that you have been redeemed. I am your friend. Not just a friend who stands by you in times of joy, but a faithful friend who remains beside you even in your darkest moments. When you feel alone, remember that I am there. When you feel like no one understands, remember that I do. When you feel abandoned by the world, remember that I have never forsaken you. I am not only the Almighty, not only the King of the universe, I am also the one who longs to walk with you, to hear your heart, to share in your deepest thoughts. Let me be the place where you pour out your soul, the place where you find comfort, the place where you can always rest when you are weary. And above all, I love you more than anything you can imagine. Nothing in this world can compare to the love I have for you. No depth can measure it, no width can contain it, no boundary can restrain it. My love for you is eternal, unchanging, and indestructible. It is not based on what you do, but on who I am. I love you, not because you are worthy, but because I am love. And nothing can change that. So, my beloved, let your heart be at peace. Walk each day with the unwavering faith that you are never alone. Live with gratitude, knowing that you have a place to belong, a love that never fades, and a hope that never vanishes. Let each day be a day in which you live in this truth. You are loved, you are kept, you are protected, and you are on your way home. A home that can never be shaken. A home where you will dwell with me forever. The days marked by destiny in your life are not just ordinary days, but moments when I touch your life in the most extraordinary ways. These are the days when I weave a new thread into the tapestry of your life, when I begin to craft a new pattern, or when I add a color that has never been there before. These are days that cannot be forgotten, days that carry deep meaning, for in those moments I am shaping you, preparing you for the glory ahead, opening doors you never imagined. Pause for a moment, my beloved, and remember the days in your life when everything seemed to change completely. Perhaps it was the day you decided to return to me, the day you opened your heart to my love and felt forgiveness so profound that your heart was revived. Perhaps it was the day you discovered your purpose, when you realized that you were no longer living for yourself, but were called to something greater than yourself. Or perhaps it was the day you endured unspeakable pain, when something you cherished was taken away, when the loss was so great that you felt you could never rise again. Maybe it was the day you fell to your knees in despair. Yet on that very day, I came closer to you than ever before, embraced you, and poured my love into the very place you thought was shattered beyond repair. Those days, whether filled with joy or tears, were days I had ordained for you. They were moments when I touched you in the most undeniable ways, moments you cannot forget, because they marked a turning point, a transformation that could only come from me. I did not let them happen by chance. Everything has meaning. Every trial has a purpose. Every tear has value. And every step you took in those days was leading you closer to the plan I had already laid out for you. Perhaps you have endured a loss you thought you would never recover from. Perhaps you have faced a trial so overwhelming that you felt it would break you. But look back, my beloved, and see that I was there. When you thought you could not rise again, it was I who lifted you up. When you believed it was all over, it was I who opened a new path. When you felt most alone, it was I who embraced you with my presence. And now, as you look back, you will see that those moments did not destroy you. They shaped you into the person you are becoming today. Do you realize, my child? Those days, no matter how difficult they were, are all part of the masterpiece I am painting in your life. Every stroke, every color, every thread has a purpose. Nothing is meaningless, nothing is wasted. Even the most painful trials are contributing to the masterpiece I am weaving. And if you can trust in me, if you can see with eyes of faith, you will realize that this painting is not only beautiful, it reflects my very image within you. My beloved child, let me continue my work in you. Let me add new colors. Let me change what needs to be changed. Let me shape you according to the design I have ordained. At times you may feel as if I am removing something from your life, but trust that whatever I take away is only to replace it with something better. At times you may feel as though you are walking on a rough and uncertain path, but trust that I am leading you to a place beyond anything you have ever imagined. Your days are not passing by in vain. They are not just a series of random events. They are not merely moments swept away by the flow of time. They are highlights in the story I am writing about you. And every chapter of this story carries a purpose, a lesson, a preparation for what is to come. There will be moments in life that you will never forget. There will be days you will look back on and realize they were the days everything changed. Perhaps it will be the day you realize you are loved unconditionally. Perhaps it will be the day you realize you no longer have to carry your burdens alone. Perhaps it will be the day you learn the deepest lesson about faith, about surrender, about the power of my love. And those days, my beloved, are not just in your past. They are still ahead of you, for I have not finished my work in you. I am still writing your story, and the chapters yet to come will be even more glorious than the ones before. So, my beloved child, do not be afraid when you feel yourself in the midst of transformation. Do not doubt when you cannot see the full picture. Do not worry when you do not fully understand what I am doing. For I know exactly where you are. I know exactly what you need. And my child, the days that shape your life are not always filled with light and easy steps. In fact, they are often marked by fierce battles, painful moments, and long seasons of uncertainty when you cannot see the way forward. They may be days when your heart is heavy with burdens you cannot name, nights when you wonder why these trials have come upon you, moments when you kneel amidst the brokenness, unsure if you have the strength to rise again. But my beloved, it is in these very moments, when you feel most exhausted, when you think you have lost everything, that I am doing my greatest work in you. Because it is in your weakness that my power is made perfect. It is in the trials that seem beyond your endurance that I am shaping you, upholding you, and transforming you in ways you have yet to understand. The days when you feel like you have nothing left to hold on to are the very days when you will learn the deepest lessons of surrender. The days when you feel most alone are the very days when you will realize that I have never left you. The days when you think you cannot stand are the very days when I carry you on my shoulders, bringing you through storms you once believed you could never overcome. My beloved child, remember the days that have passed. How many times did you think you would not be able to endure, yet you remained standing? How many times did you believe the road ahead was closed, yet I opened a way where none could see? How many times did you collapse, only to be lifted by a strength beyond your understanding? That was me. That was my grace. That was my love covering you, even when you did not recognize it. The days that shape your life are not the days without trials, but the days marked by my powerful presence. They are the days when you learn the most important lesson, that you cannot walk alone, that you need me more than ever, that my love is not just a distant promise but a living reality that walks beside you. It is in the hardest moments that you will understand the depth of my love. It is in the days when you feel small and powerless that you will see my power sustaining you in miraculous ways. Remember, my beloved child, I never let you walk through trials in vain. Not a single tear of yours is wasted. Not a single pain goes unseen by me. When you walk through fire, I walk with you. When you pass through deep waters, I hold your hand. When you see darkness surrounding you, I am the light, guiding your path. Every hardship you have endured was not meant to break you, but to refine you like pure gold in the fire, to make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the great things I am preparing for you. There are lessons you cannot learn on sunny days, but you will learn them in the storms. There are truths you cannot grasp when everything goes smoothly, but you will come to understand them when you walk through adversity. The days that shape your life are not the easy ones, but they are the most significant, because they are the days when I am doing something in you, something great, something eternal, something that one day you will look back on and give thanks that I did not let you go through life without transformation. My beloved child, let trials not make you afraid, but make you stronger. Let suffering not make you retreat, but make you cherish what I am doing in your life. Let difficult days not make you doubt my love, but make you see that my love remains steadfast, even when the world changes. Everything you are going through today is preparing you for something greater. You cannot see the whole picture now, but one day, when you look back, you will understand why I led you through these paths. You will see that nothing was random, nothing was meaningless, and nothing was without purpose. And in that moment you will know that I never abandoned you, never forgot you, and never stopped loving you. My beloved child, keep walking forward. Hold fast to your faith. Take my hand and let me guide you through every season of your life. Do not let the difficult days make you forget my promises. Do not let the trials make you forget that I am holding you in my hand. Do not let fear make you forget that I am your firm and unshakable refuge. The difficult days will not last forever, but you will come out of them stronger, more mature, and more steadfast. And one day when you look back, you will see that it was all worth it. You will know that every sorrow, every tear, every trial you have endured has shaped you into the person you were always meant to become. And in that moment, you will smile because you will see that I was there. Through it all, never leaving your side, not even for a single moment. My beloved child, remember that every day of your life holds value, even the hardest ones. For it is in those very days that I am working most deeply within you. Trust. Persevere. Let your heart rest in my love. And never forget, whatever you are facing, you never have to face it alone. I am with you today, tomorrow, and forever. When you look back on your journey, you will realize that the moments that truly shaped you were not the days when everything went according to your plans, but the days when my plans were fulfilled in you. It was not the days when you were in control, but the days when you learned to let me hold you. It was not the easy days, but the challenging ones that taught you to place your complete trust in me. It was the days when you had to let go of your own will to embrace mine. It was in those moments that you learned that your wisdom has limits. But my plan is perfect. Those were the days that marked your growth, not in the way the world measures it, but in the way that I have been shaping you. You are no longer who you once were, because the trials have strengthened you. The failures you once feared have become valuable lessons. The tears you have shed have watered your soul, making you deeper and wiser. The very days that seemed like everything was falling apart were the days I was building you. The very moments when you felt weak were the moments my power was made perfect in you. You did not do it on your own. It was me. It was my grace. It was my hand that carried you through every trial. And my beloved child, those days are not just in the past. They are not merely closed chapters in your story. There are still more days ahead, days when I will call you to walk on water, even when you cannot yet see the shore. Days when I will test your faith, not to cause fear, but to teach you to trust me more. Days when I will ask you to let go of what you think is good, so that you may receive what I know is better. There are still challenges ahead, still doors you have not yet seen, still roads you have never walked. My beloved child, do not fear those days. Do not fear the moments when I call you into the unknown. Do not fear stepping out of your comfort zone, for you are not walking alone. I go before you. I have already prepared everything you need. You do not need to have all the answers before you take the step. You do not need to see the whole picture before you obey. You only need one thing: to trust me. The days ahead may bring challenges, You may face closed doors, things that do not go according to your plans. There may be moments of doubt, times of weariness. But remember this: I have not called you to walk blindly. I will not lead you anywhere that I have not already prepared for you. I will not let you walk through fire without protecting you. I will not let you pass through the waves without holding your hand. Let your heart find rest in this certainty. Wherever you go, whatever you face, I am with you. The days ahead are the days when I will teach you new lessons of faith. You may have to step out of what is familiar. You may have to let go of what you once held tightly. But, my beloved, are you ready? Are you ready to believe that what I have for you is always better than what you can imagine? Are you ready to trust that you do not need to understand everything? You only need to know that I am faithful. Are you ready to place your hope not in circumstances, not in your own abilities, but in me, the one who has called you, the one who goes before you, the one who will never forsake you? Remember, everything I do in your life has a purpose. Nothing is random. Nothing is meaningless. Even on the days when you feel lost, I am still guiding you in the right direction. Even on the days when you feel weak, I am still working in you. Even on the days when you do not understand what is happening, I am still preparing you for something more glorious. Keep your heart steadfast. Let your soul be filled with hope, because I am not finished with my work in you. Because I am still writing your story. Because I am still making a way. So, my beloved, be ready. Open your heart to receive the new things I desire to do in you. Let me lead you into places you have never imagined. Trust in my plan, even when it does not align with yours. Let me be the one who shapes you, not in the way the world expects, but in my own way. The way of transformation, of healing, of preparation for eternity. What lies ahead of you is not uncertainty, but a future that has already been secured in my love. Those days may bring challenges, but they will also be filled with grace. There may be tears, but there will also be fullness of joy. The journey may not be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. And as you walk by faith, as you trust me even before you see, you will realize that every step you take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of my promises over your life. My beloved, do not let fear take hold of your heart. Do not let the storms of life make you forget that I am here, right beside you. I am not a distant God, not a silent observer from afar. I am Emmanuel, the one who walks with you. You will never walk alone, for I have promised that I will never leave you nor forsake you. No trial can turn me away from you. No failure can separate you from me, and no circumstance can ever break the love I have for you. I am your strength. When you feel weak, I will uphold you. When you are weary, I will renew your strength. When you have no more will to continue, I will carry you and lead you forward. Do not look at your own limitations, but look at my limitless power. Do not fear the unknown, but trust that I have already foreseen and prepared everything you need. Do not worry about the future, for I am the one who holds your tomorrow. I am the one who guides you. When you do not know where to go, return to me. When you are confused at the crossroads, let me be the light that illuminates your path. When you feel lost, remember that I am the way, the truth, and the life. You do not need to search for the right path on your own, for I have already set it before you. You only need to walk in faith, and I will guide you step by step. Even if you must walk through the darkest valley, even if you must face challenges you never expected, hold fast to the truth that I am holding your hand, leading you to the place I have ordained for you. I am your protector. No matter how many dangers you face, no matter how the enemy seeks to harm you, no matter how the world stands against you, know that you are always under my wings. No one can snatch you out of my hand. No force can harm you unless it passes through my permission. Let your heart find rest. Let your soul stand firm, for I am your fortress, your shield of protection. Everything that happens in your life must align with my purpose, and I will make all things work together for your good. Therefore, my beloved, let gratitude be your companion. Let it permeate your mind, transforming the way you see the world. When you view life through the lens of gratitude, you will recognize that even in the hardest times, there is still something to give thanks for. You will see that even in suffering, I am working. You will understand that even when you cannot see, I am moving behind the scenes. Gratitude is not a fleeting emotion, but a choice, a way of life, an attitude of faith. Let gratitude be the song you sing in the storm. When the world tells you that you have reasons to fear, respond with praise. When the circumstances around you become chaotic, let your heart still sing to me, for you know that I am in control of all things. Sing in the midst of suffering, through the tears, through the trials, for you know that I will never abandon you. It is in your worship that your heart will be lifted. It is in your thanksgiving that you will find peace. It is in your praise that you will see me more clearly. Let gratitude be the testimony you share with others. When people look at you, what will they see? Will they see someone who constantly complains about life, or someone who carries joy and peace, even in adversity? Let your gratitude be a light shining in the darkness. When you speak of my faithfulness, when you tell of the miracles I have done in your life, when you share how I have redeemed you from the pit, others will be encouraged. Your faith will become a source of hope for the weary. Your testimony will be a beacon for those who are lost. Let your life reflect my love, so that every word and action declares that I am the faithful one. Because gratitude is a powerful weapon. It not only combats fear, but also dispels doubt and drives away despair. When you choose gratitude, you refuse to let worry take hold of your mind. When you choose thanksgiving, you are telling fear that it has no authority over you. When you choose to praise me, even in hardship, you are declaring to the world that I am sovereign, that I am working, and that nothing is beyond my control. Remember that every time you express gratitude, you are declaring that I am in control. You are affirming that you trust my plan, that you know I am working all things together for your good. You are proclaiming that no matter the circumstances, I am still your God, still the faithful one, still the one who keeps every promise. So, my beloved, walk with a heart of gratitude. Let it become the rhythm of your heart, the breath of your life. Let it shape the way you think, the way you speak, the way you live. Let gratitude make you stronger each day, so that you are not swayed by temporary things, not caught up in needless worries, but always walking in the certainty that I am with you. And remember, wherever you go, whatever you face, I am still here. I am still working, still writing your story, still preparing you for the glory ahead. Do not be afraid. Do not worry. Do not doubt. Hold on to me, cling to my promises, let your heart overflow with gratitude, and you will see that every single day, whether difficult or blessed, is part of the good plan I have ordained for you since eternity past. Now offer up the following prayer. Lord, I stand before you with a trembling yet steadfast heart. You are the Alpha and the Omega, the one who holds time in your hands. As the final day draws near, help me not to fear, but to be filled with hope. Remind me that this is not the end, but the beginning of eternity with you. I trust in your unfailing promises that you will never leave me nor forsake me. Prepare me, strengthen my faith, and help me stand firm in your light. Lord, my soul is stirred when I hear of the last days, but I know that you are my stronghold. Grant me peace that surpasses all understanding, so that I will not be shaken by what is to come. Help me place my full trust in you, to keep my heart steadfast in your word, and to walk with unwavering confidence. In your arms I find rest, and in your love I find life. Lord, give me a spirit of wisdom and discernment, that I may perceive what you are doing. When things seem chaotic, open my eyes to see your divine orchestration. Teach me to walk in obedience, not in doubt or fear, but in complete trust in your grand plan. Help me to know what to say, what to do, and how to live in this moment. Lord, you do not desire anyone to perish, but for all to repent and return to you. I pray for those who are still lost, for those who have turned away from your love. Please open their eyes so they may see the truth, that they may realize time is running short. Use me as a messenger of the gospel, bringing your light to the darkest places. May their hearts be softened to respond to your call. Lord, I know that the days ahead may be filled with trials, but I do not want to waver in the face of anything. Grant me the courage to stand firm in faith. Help me not to focus on what is temporary, but to fix my eyes on eternity. I declare that though the world may change, your word remains forever. Keep my feet on the path of righteousness, and help me fulfill the purpose you have ordained for me. Lord, I praise you for your everlasting faithfulness. You have promised never to forsake me, and I hold firmly to your word. Thank you for your unshakable promises, for a love that never fades. As the final day draws near, I do not fear, but I rejoice, because I know my reward is waiting. Help me live each day with a heart full of gratitude, for you are the God of life. Lord, you are the healer and the restorer. Please come to those who are in pain, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The final day will be a day of revelation and restoration. May I and those I love stand in your light. Bring healing to the wounds of the past and make all broken things new. Lead me into the glory you have prepared for me. Lord, as the last day approaches, I know that the spiritual battle will also intensify, but I believe that nothing can separate me from your love. Protect me from the enemy's schemes, from fear, and from deception. Clothe me in your armor, help me stand firm in truth, and fight with unwavering faith. I take refuge in you, for you are my strong fortress. Lord, give me ears to hear your voice, and a heart to obey your guidance. When the world around me trembles, let me not be shaken, but walk with unwavering confidence. Illuminate the path I must take, so that I do not stray from the way of righteousness. May I always walk in your light and be led by your wisdom through the days ahead. Lord, I do not want to live for what is temporary, but to prepare my heart for eternity. Grant me wisdom to discern what truly matters. Let me not be caught up in meaningless things, but invest in what will last forever. Help me to love more, forgive more, and live each day as if it were my last. Prepare me for the moment I will see you face to face. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any meaningful and life-giving messages from Him. Together we will grow in faith and live a life fully embraced in His love. Amen.